Hello, my name is Taylor. I'm a financial coach, and I help my clients create budgets, implement their budgets inside Monarch Money, create cash flow systems so that they can save more, pay off debt, and achieve their financial goals. I work very heavily within Monarch Money with all of my clients. I offer workshops and I offer 45-minute consults so that if you have questions about Monarch, you want to get your questions answered about like how to get it set up, how to get it working properly for you, I suggest joining the workshops or the 45-minute consults. Now, a big caveat here. So this video is called troubleshooting if you have institution connections, like your bank accounts are not connecting. Do not reach out to me for connection issues. I can't help you. Make sure you reach out to the Monarch team, get their support. So while this video is about the institutional connections, I can't help you with it. This is just the video. If you are dealing with it, here's some tips and tricks I've learned that might help you out. But I would refer to the website, refer to the Monarch support system, and get Monarch's help directly. And also make sure you look at the comments here because there might be updates to this video. There might be changes. They're making lots of updates and they're trying to make this troubleshooting more easier for you guys. And so I imagine there's going to be a lot of updates in the future. So make sure you also watch the comments before implementing anything that I'm talking about because you might get more updated information. So with that being said, I will walk you through some of the things that I have found useful for a lot of my clients and helping them overcome some of those connection issues. So first off, step one is that if you are having a connection issue, there should be a orange colored, I don't know what color this is. Orange. I'm not colorblind. I just don't know what to call this. Pink, orange button. Let me know in the comments what color this is. I'm gonna laugh. There's this button will be right here and it'll say update. It'll say update this credential. You can also click this three dots and do update login settings. It's going to have you re-log in. That fixes probably like 90% of connection issues. This may be something you have to do on a weekly or a monthly basis, and that sucks. That's unfortunate. But it might be, it might not be Monarch's fault. It might just be the bank. So like I have a bank and I know it's the bank issue because I've tried it with multiple budgeting apps and it has connection issues. So I know it's the bank and how it's talking to Plaid, which is one of the three technologies that are used to pull data into budgeting apps. I know they're having issues with Plaid because I've tried it on multiple apps. And so for my account, one of my bank accounts, I have to re-enter and update login settings almost every week just to get the data to feed properly. And that totally sucks. So sometimes it might even be worth changing bank accounts. If that's not possible, then you might have to be doing that. You can reach out to Monarch to see if it's a bank or an institution issue versus a Monarch issue. Maybe they can help. Maybe they're going to say, hey, the institution's having trouble. If you go to their website, they will tell you what institutions are working well, which ones aren't, what one has known issues that you should be aware of. For example, known maintenance hours that may cause issues with certain data providers. So this is something to refer to often if you're having a connection issue, but if you are, you can always reach out to the Monarch support team to figure out what's going on. For the investment accounts, I often find there's very few institutions that are connecting pretty regularly. Fidelity is doing great, but there's lots of smaller institutions that do have some issues come in and out. And you can see that where it's red or green, it'll tell you if there's any issues that should be known. If you hover over it, it'll tell you what issues might be known. But if your investments are not getting connected, honestly, I would just recommend, even if you keep re-entering the credentials and it's not updating, I would honestly just recommend adding a manual account. I do have a video coming up on how to deal with the manual accounts. There is a button down here that says add manual account. I would just add it manually, adjust the balance every month or quarter manually, and go from there. But if you really want it to connect, you may have to just re-enter it. The next step, if you can't get the update to work, if you're clicking update login credentials and it's not working, it's still not pulling data, the next thing you can do is click on add account and try a different service provider. So there's Plaid, MX, and Finicity. These are three companies that pull the data into Monarch Money from your bank account. I'm not a tech person, so I don't know exactly how this all works. This is just what I know. So you have those three. I would try MX. Give MX a shot. It's the same process as Plaid. You'll log in through your accounts, but using the MX connection. And then if that doesn't work, try Finicity. Now, if you try a different data provider, the problem will happen is that there's going to be a duplicate account. You're going to have one from the old one, the one that last updated 15 days ago, for example. It says Plaid and it's not bringing in new stuff. And then if you add the new account, it's going to have a second account here that'll say FX or Finicity instead of Plaid. There's no examples there, but it won't say Plaid. I'll say FX or Finicity, MX or Finicity. So you'll have two accounts. Now here's some things that you need to be aware of that I almost actually just figured out recently, and Monarch does have a video on this. So again, I would reference the comments. There's some references to other areas where you might want to watch tutorials given directly by Monarch, because those are going to update as Monarch updates. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But notice that if you go into your joint accounts, you have two options that are really awesome when you click on edit multiple and click all your transactions inside this account. If you click on edit, you can move these to another account. So if you've connected your new account and you want all the data from your old account to be merged into the new account, that's how you do it. You're going to click on move account. The other thing you need to be aware of is that you can click on edit up here and you can copy the balance history to a new account. Meaning, like, if you want the balance history, this, like, you know, if the connection crapped out on you, but you've had lots of history of 6 months of data that you want to pull over, I think you have to download the copy the balance history first before you move transactions. So again, watch Monarch's video before you do any of this, because it's going to be a better tutorial for you. But you're going to click on copy balance history and you can move this to another account. You can click whichever cutoff date you want, and then move that and copy that balance history over to a new account. Now, something to be aware of: if you do merge transactions, it will merge them regardless if they're duplicated or not. Monarch, I feel like as of right now, does not have a really great system to dealing with duplicate transactions. So as a visual here, if you had a bank account that disconnected, it's no longer connecting, and you decided to reconnect your new bank account using another provider or Plaid again, and you just had to redo it, but it created a duplicate account, you got to delete one of these guys, right? But you don't have to delete, you'll delete the old one, but notice that when the new bank gets connected, it's going to pull in, you know, from the cutoff date. Let's say August 15th was when this disconnected and you reconnected the new account. The new account's going to pull in historical data, just like it did when you first signed up with Monarch Money. If you remember, it pulled in like 3 to 6 months of data. The new account is as well. So you're going to have duplicate data. So if you merge your old data and move it to the new account, you're going to have duplicate data, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to clean up. So you have to first delete duplicate data. Delete that before you merge these accounts. So you'll notice that we have the cutoff date. You've been categorizing here on this line. You've been categorizing very diligently. You want this data. You don't want all of this data, but you do want all of this data. Okay, I know that's confusing, but here's that cutoff date, August 15th. We don't want the old data in the new account. So this is the data you need to delete before moving these transactions into the new account. And remember, what I mean by that is moving this to the new account. You can mass delete transactions by going into your transaction page, clicking on the date that you're trying to delete, and also filtering by the account that you want to delete. So if I wanted to delete all the old transactions in my joint savings account, I'd click apply, and I would change the date to whatever the cutoff date was and anything before that cutoff date, so that on the new account, so that I don't have duplicate data. If that's confusing, again, watch the Monarch video. That's going to be linked in the comments, I believe, if I can find it again. But reach out to help and support. If you're having issues, they will send you that video to take you step by step through that. So that is the process for dealing with connection issues. I know it's not perfect. There's still going to be lots of things that are annoying and frustrating that you're dealing with, and I'm sure there is. So please make sure you reach out to help and support. And again, I cannot help you with connection issues. I'm not on that tech side of Monarch Money, so I really can't help you there. But I hope that maybe learning some of those tips may help you as you adjust and add new accounts if you end up having duplicate accounts. Oh, and one more thing I just forgot. If you do have a duplicate account, when you go into your account page and you click on edit, you're editing that duplicate account. If you click on edit account, you can delete the account right here. So once you're done, once you've moved stuff, once you've merged the accounts, if you just have a duplicate account and you want to get rid of it, you can go ahead and delete it right here. So again, that's going into your settings. So going into edit, from the accounts, clicking on the account you want to edit, clicking on edit account. And this is where you can also look at the institution settings again to make sure you update those login credentials or contact support against a for a specific account. So I hope that's helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I might be able to help you, or I might just tell you, hey, reach out to Monarch. But maybe some other people in the comments have some tips or tricks that have worked for them. So make sure you check out those comments. And thank you so much and good luck.